With the Tapping In podcast.
Who the fuck is Don't Quote
We're back with the Tapping In podcast. Nigga.
Replace this nigga.
I've been our podcast ain't been on for a minute. Nigga had to go do other podcasts nigga, to keep the lights on and shit. We back with the Tapping In podcast. My name is Ox Sampson. This is Phil Rowe, as you know, UFC fighter extraordinaire. And all around dope nigga. I heard you did some dope shit.
Yeah, man.
Over the weekend, my nigga.
Yeah, man. CJI. I was the roving reporter for CJI. Shout out Craig Jones. Shout out my boy Seth,
Fire.
Anthony, everybody over there. Good opportunity. My job essentially was to go in between A side, B side, create content, be the eyes and ears, and essentially what fans can't see, I would deliver.
Right. So
I was on either side, chopping it up, trying to get content that they couldn't see out. And for the most part, it was dope. I'm very grateful for the opportunity because I want to get into TV. I want to get into production. I want to be on the UFC post show. So you need to get those reps in. And TV is hard, like extremely. And I didn't know so much went into it. Rehearsal. You really can't get efficient at speaking in front of a camera until you do it.
yeah.
So like, no matter how smooth you think you are, unless you're like talking in the mirror at yourself, you're not going to get those reps in.
Wait, you're not? You
you're
don't
not.
talk to the mirror?
You're not. You have to. You literally have to.
Just me?
Say again?
You don't talk to the mirror every day?
Oh, yes and no. So like, I specifically was doing like, what's good? It's your boy Philly Fresh at the Craig Jones Invitational 2. You know what I'm saying? Live and free on YouTube. Like, I've never done that, right? So like, I was doing that to get the reps in because I'm thinking I'm just going to go there and be Phil, which I was, but it's different when you have to deliver.
Say the canned lines.
When you have to specifically deliver. And more so the trickiest part for me was the close. So like, it's easy to get in convo. So I'm like, yo, we out here and Tapping In podcast with my boy Paul Ox Sampson. We out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was terrible. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the part I had trouble with was ending any segment I had. Back to you.
Yeah.
3, 2, and now they're just looking at you for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? Back to you.
That is always like the awkward part. You see the
It's dumb awkward. So then I started paying attention to like the good ones. Chael Sonnen, Stuart Scott. Like I started watching those guys and they're cold. So like I did well all night and everybody was like, yo, Phil, you were amazing. You were amazing. I'm like, and I was super hypercritical of myself. And I'm watching me on the Jumbotron in the back. I'm like, yo, I'm out here with Chael Sonnen, the Westland, Oregon gangster. And da-da-da, Chael, you were on the plane yesterday. Now you here battling one of the best grapplers in the world, blah, blah, blah. You heard it here. Chael's here. He's here to take over.
Awkward pause and shit.
You know? So, essentially, I started to get my groove to where for 3 seconds, you got to just chill. All right. And then you have to figure out how to end. So, I had a interview with Victor Hugo, he is probably the largest grappler on the planet. Tall, weight-wise, over 120 kgs, maybe 6'8". So at the very end, I'm like, Victor Hugo, you're my MVP. And it would have went well if I said, Victor Hugo, I'm here with Victor Hugo. This is my MVP. And that would have been better. But I was like, Victor Hugo, you're my MVP.
P.
And it was just a little awkward. And I'm like, damn it. So it was tricky for me, but I did well. I'm happy I got the reps in. I want to get on the UFC post show. I want to get into content. I want to get into movies. I actually met an actor out there that knew me. I tapped in with a lot of people. I tapped in with Demetrius Johnson. Shout out to Demetrius.
How did that's the crazy part to me, is because luckily you was talking to Victor Hugo, who's tall as shit. But when you have to interview, and this is something WWE niggas know, like Vince McMahon wouldn't let the interviewers be too big because they didn't want them to outshine the wrestlers. So you sitting there interviewing Mighty Mouse, and you're like, Mighty Mouse, what you think about that? And you gotta hold the shit down to your kneecaps and shit. How did that go? Or did you have him sit down, or you like bent down next to him?
Nah, we stood next to each other.
Crazy.
But also, I'm like unique in this space because I'm a cool nigga, man. So like, I'm not like, we're here live, I'm Phil Rowe, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not like a fucking dweeb. I'm just me. So they hired me to be me. So like, there's not taking no shots at no other reporters. They ain't no cool motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he the coolest cameraman we know.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, so like to me, I think it was dope because I'm just like a vibe, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think it worked out. It would have been awkward, I think, if you're just a reporter. And then, like you're saying, like the whole Vince McMahon thing, but not boosting myself up. I think I'm a little cool, right? And I think it made for a good dynamic, me being a fighter, a current fighter, and people seeing me outside of my scope of punching on people.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that made for a good dynamic. It made the interviews I had go a lot smoother. Chael seen me, showed me love immediately. Immediately recognized what I was doing. Immediately recognized I was kind of nervous. Helped me out. Gave me some pointers. Sugar Sean, shout out to Sean O'Malley. Immediately saw me. Yo, Phil, absolutely, I got you. Waited in the back. The camera crew took a minute to pull up. He waited. He's like, yo, I got you. So everybody like was kind of super supportive of what I was doing, and I really appreciated it. But I enjoyed it, and invaluable experience for going forward, for sure.
Word. How was the event though?
Fire. Craig Jones gets a lot of gripe.
From who?
Gordon Ryan. Gordon, why the fuck do you hate Craig, man?
His mortal enemy and shit.
Why do you hate Craig, Gordon? He's a good dude, man.
Niggas, a lot of haters out there,
Like-
namely Gordon Ryan.
For-
The nigga who he stole his girlfriend from in 3rd grade and shit. Like, yeah, they hate each other, dog.
like, I don't think Craig hates Gordon, right? I actually know he doesn't hate Gordon.
There's
And-
a lot of animosity though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, there's animosity, there's a little beef, and I don't know their backstory, right? Like, I'm cool with Craig, I'm cool with Gordon.
On a scale of 1 to Ja Rule of 50, where would you put that beef?
Nah, they got like jerk chicken.
Oh, okay.
That's not like beef. You know what I'm saying? Like beef is like on site. Like I think Gordon would rumble on site. Like I don't think Craig's on that type of time. Like I think he's, you know what I'm saying? I think Gordon would. Like, but I don't think it's on that type of
He
time.
would before that diverticulitis took over, man.
Nah, I think
Gordon pass out. He try to
I think
rumble on
Gordon
site.
would. I think Gordon would. But like I said, I don't know the backstory. I'm neutral in jiu-jitsu, right? I am a jiu-jitsu fan. I love jiu-jitsu. I love the jiu-jitsu community. I respect the jiu-jitsu community. So
Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt, right? Under Julian Williams, Paul Rodriguez, Ricardo Laborio, Jacare Souza was there, helped tie my belt. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I respect all these guys. And I like everyone in jiu-jitsu. I'm a fan of Craig Jones. I'm a fan of Gordon Ryan. I'm a fan of Nicky Rod. So, whatever personal beefs they have, that's on them. But I think overall, from a non-biased standpoint, I think it was great for the sport because it's a show, right? And if there's anything that fans outside of this niche sport can grab hold on, it's good for the sport. It's a very niche sport. It's boring as fuck
Talk that shit.
to niggas that don't do it, right? It's dumb boring. So, like, no matter what, the matches are boring to watch.
So shout out to Craig Jones because somehow that nigga got me to watch 3
Exact-
jiu-jitsu matches. nigga.
exactly.
I don't know how he did that shit. But
Exactly.
he's a personality himself.
Exactly.
He's a great promoter.
Exactly.
He's a funny guy. The podcast you did with him, I watched that whole shit because of that. I watched Draw Match. I watched him versus Gabriella, big bitch, whatever her name is. And you know what I'm saying? And then I even watched some Gordon Ryan shit based on what Craig Jones was talking about.
Bring the camera over here. Gordon, you see that? This is a brother outside of the niche in the hip hop culture that watch your matches because of Craig. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Can we all get along?
Yep.
Exactly.
So I ain't watching because of Gordon Ryan. That nigga is a serial killer boring, my nigga. He's boring, but at the same time, you know there's a person who would kill someone behind his eyes and shit. So you keep watching just to see, like, is it going to come out and shit? But he's mad boring. But Craig Jones telling the story made me, let me go. Because Craig Jones would give it up and say, yo, Gordon Ryan was better than me.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
So, like, for me, like you're saying, that's what's good about it, right? So, like, I like jiu-jitsu. So it's not boring for me. But I understand you, boxer, coming from martial arts, you want to see motherfuckers get kicked in the head, you know what I'm saying, get knocked out. So, like, it's hard to watch that, right?
Well,
so
it's
if you
action, right? So we don't gotta discuss the ins and outs of what's boring sport, but I watch amateur wrestling or Olympic wrestling, or like I've watched those matches. Them shits was fire.
That's to me personally. I think Olympic wrestling is way more exciting than jiu-jitsu personally.
Okay, maybe,
to me, like you see,
maybe
to
it's
me,
not a far
to me personally. Yeah, I know people can get limbs broken, but motherfuckers is going 100%, picking people up, slamming people. There's big movements happening.
There's big momentum changes and all that kind of stuff.
But my only point was why I believe CJI and what Craig is doing is good for jiu-jitsu is a simple fact, like you said. I'm not watching this shit otherwise. And that's the audience that jiu-jitsu needs to grow. It's outside of the niche niggas that normally watch it. So, like, your proof is right here that what it's doing is working. The show works, right?
Yeah.
It's still boring product, but, like, motherfuckers will line up to watch Barnum and Bailey's. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to see him versus who's the dude that pulled out? The wrestler?
Gable Stevenson.
Yeah, I would have watched that shit just to see what that shit was interesting. The Chael Sonnen and shit, I knew everybody knew what was going to happen, so I didn't really look it up. But Gable Stevenson. I think
Gable Stevenson would have been submitted in realistic max. He would survive. Absolute max. 2 minutes. I think he would have been submitted in under 2 minutes.
So does the CJI have special rules that force that action? Because I've seen like people basically get UFC fighters go into jiu-jitsu and then stand up and not really engage and kind of play footsie and shit.
I was gonna say that too. They doing the karate combat pit now. That's like a thing. That's like
Yeah. He got that. Craig Jones specifically got that when he did the match with Phil, is when he got the idea to do the ring.
100%.
But what I'm saying is the rules, are they specialized to force action to make it more exciting?
The pit does that. And so essentially in jiu-jitsu, for the dawn of time, the problem with jiu-jitsu was resetting position. People would go off the mat and you would have to reset. The pit eliminates any need for anything to be reset, because as soon as you hit the pit wall, you got to stay here. You got to stay here. Action stays. And it's crazy that it took that long for someone to figure out, hey, this obtuse slope is going to keep everybody here and keep the action here. So essentially,
not for nothing. That's whoever thought of that was on some Mortal Kombat shit, nigga. They was like, action.
facts.
That's the correct.
No escape. One person leaves.
And I'm surprised it took these motherfuckers that long. So
Tradition. People doing
Facts.
the Gracie
You're right.
tradition.
You're right.
That's what it is. Because when I even hear them talk about it, no time limits, no rules, we fight forever until one person gets tired. That's boring. You know what I mean?
That's
Nobody
right.
wants to see you fight forever.
no one. I'd rather see like an explosive fight for 2 minutes.
Right.
And then both guys say, we cool. And they shake hands because they're both tired.
Exactly.
Like,
Yep.
I would rather watch high intensity for 1 minute and then these niggas gas out. I'm like, yo, we good? Yeah, we good.
And that's the reason why soccer will never overtake football in America. It's that same reason.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So, like, yeah, like, I'm not a fan of submission only. We sit here for 6 hours, and then, like, one guy's like this, and the other guy, tap. I'm utterly exhausted.
Yeah.
So, but long story short, man, I think Jitsu, it's gonna take a while for it to be in a mainstream place. I don't know if it ever will be mainstream, but more eyes, the better.
Yeah.
We got Rotolos over here in one. We got Mikey Musumeci in the UFC. We got Craig. So it's tricky. And then Gordon is not really competing right now. So it's tricky. Unless they can kind of unite, which is borderline impossible, it's just going to take more time, new athletes popping up for niggas to start working together.